We have a bipartisan, all-of-the-above approach to American energy security and independence. And what all the polling shows is that it has received support from all of the above, Republicans, independents, and Democrats. All we're asking is that for the People's House to fulfill its mission and allow a majority to come together, not as Republicans, not as Democrats, but as legislators on behalf of the American people, and do the right thing by the working families of this nation.
Our commitment is to the American people, and that they understand we're here, we're fighting, we're asking that they bring us back, we're willing to come back, and we think that every single day that we delay is an extreme hardship on the American people.
Isn't it ironic that at the beginning of the session, the new Democrat majority said we were going to be in session 5 days a week. This was going to be a do-something Congress, and yet we're taking a 5-week hiatus, and it doesn't look like there's going to be much more work done.
Why can't you all work together? Why can't we get a vote?
It's a vicious cycle that can end if we can get Nancy Pelosi to get off her book tour, to come back to Washington, D.C., to call us in for a vote, and give us the opportunity to pass the American Energy Act, which is an all-of-the-above solution.
What's really obvious is that the Speaker of the House is callous to the suffering of working families at the pump.
There are enough pro-energy Democrats with the Republicans to pass a comprehensive energy bill.
It's an all-of-the-above solution, but we can't get a vote in Congress.
We ought to stay here, whether it be September or October, until there's a vote.
We cannot get a vote, and the American people demand it. They get it, they understand it, they're not stupid. The problem is we can't get the Democrat majority to bring us back in.
If we go home without passing a bipartisan energy package, I mean, it'll be unconscionable.
What we really need is a comprehensive energy policy.
If the Speaker does not bring us back, the President should keep us here.
There's one fundamental difference between the President calling us back and the Speaker calling us back. The President of the United States, as Harry Truman did in 1952, they can call you back for consideration. The Congress can or cannot consider something. The Congress can or cannot pass something. When the Speaker calls us back, the Speaker also has the power, as they are in the majority, to not only consider legislation, but to put it forward for a vote and get it actually passed. That is the fundamental difference. That's why, first and foremost, if something's going to get done, you have to have the Speaker of the House and her constitutionally entrusted duties do her job and let the will of the majority of Republicans and Democrats prevail on behalf of their constituents.
I have a report from the Congressional Research Service, which I can show you, showing that China has now been working with Cuba, and Cuba is getting ready to grant leases to foreign countries to drill off the coast of the United States.
It seems like the only solution they're talking about, and they'll be talking about it, the Democrats, in their convention next week, is a lot of hot air. Well, maybe wind is an answer, but a hot air is not going to solve the issue.
Part of the reason that we're here is normal Americans don't sit around wondering what their member of Congress is doing at any given moment. What we do here is continue to tell people what has not happened in the Democrats don't care Congress.
We have reached a tipping point, and it's time to vote.
And our focus is to make sure that the American people know there is a solution to the energy crisis, that we as members of Congress have the responsibility to do it, and that's why we're here.
The first and foremost responsibility falls upon the Speaker of the House, Democrat Nancy Pelosi, to bring us back into session. It was her party that voted to adjourn, not George Bush. It's her power as Speaker to bring that gavel down and hold a vote. My advice to her is use it or lose it.